We're showing more films than ever at the Utah Film Festival, and I got some of those very filmmakers right here. I've got Taylor Garrett, who is a director, and Sam Hart, who is a cinematographer of Dungeons & Dragons Play Your Way. And I was teasing with them ahead of time that this interview is going to be 3 times longer than their show. So that'll be a lot of fun. Guys, starting off with you, Taylor, tell us what Dungeons & Dragons Play Your Way is all about.
Yeah, so Dungeons & Dragons Play Your Way is like a spec piece that we did that kind of hits on how people play Dungeons & Dragons. People want to express themselves in all sorts of different ways, and sometimes people want to embody a certain character and do something different. And so we wanted to kind of showcase the choices that can be made in the game, such as Dungeons & Dragons. And so we wanted to make sure that we gave this kind of sense of choice and freedom that is playable in this game and use it as a spec piece. So
I wonder how much that Paramount ends up taking that same kind of vibe, because they just announced their Dungeons & Dragons film coming out. So I wonder if they take a lot of that same type of thought process. You know, you can it is really customized to the players. That's the whole point of the game, right? Exactly, so let's go ahead and talk about the cast. So picking a cast for any kind of project has its challenges, but it's also really cool because it makes the whole project amazing. Tell me about how you came about finding your cast and how important it was to cast these specific individuals.
Yeah, so we went through a few different people, and I mean, as a student spec project, this was definitely one where we didn't have a ton of options at the beginning. And Jason Conforto, he came forward. He's a former BYU alum, and he was working in the film program, and he just wanted to give back in some way, and he loves Dungeons & Dragons as well. So he was really interested in doing it. He had a great beard, and that's what we were kind of looking for. And so I sat down just on a video call with him one afternoon, and as soon as I got off the call, I was like, that's who we need. And so we kind of worked the schedule around. He had a shoot, he's a producer up in Sandy for Avalanche Studios, and so we worked around his schedule so we could get him on set those 2 weekends we were shooting. So
that's awesome. Yeah, Avalanche is always busy doing stuff. They did some amazing documentaries, and they do great commercials.
Yeah, and so he was like being a producer in the first weekend that he was shooting with us. So he was still like calling to make sure his shoots were going okay while he was acting for us. And so he was really helpful, just really laid back, and really gave us a lot of what we needed. So.
I love it when alumni can come back and really help out next group coming in and just be a fountain of knowledge and just make that next level to the, bring it up to the pinnacle. Absolutely. Now, working on a film, no matter what size it is, whether it's a short spec piece or even 30 seconds to 2 hours long, has a lot of challenges and rewards. So Sam, as a cinematographer on this project, what was interesting, I guess, about making this particular project?
Yeah, I mean, we had a couple of things that were really exciting that I had never done before. For instance, we all pooled our money together and we rented a wolf to use as as one of the characters, and that was really interesting to work with as a cinematographer, because you kind of just have to expect the unexpected and just kind of be patient with the wolf and work with it and just get what you can get, which was exciting, and it was hard, but it was really fun.
Well, I can imagine, as a cinematographer, your main job is to make sure the lighting looks right, the image looks beautiful. Yeah. Well, they're not going to hit their mark. Animals never hit their mark. How did you work that out so that you can actually, illuminate this Luna beast without having it, in the shadows the whole time?
Yeah, we were really lucky to be able to get the exact weather that we were hoping for the day that we were shooting, and so I just was shooting a lot and just trying a lot of different things when we were with the wolf so that we could get what we needed. And the night scene was when we needed the most staging with it, and we had to be very quiet, and we just had to make sure that nothing spooked the wolf. And so I had to be very careful about the lights as well, and making sure it didn't set the wolf off. But it was really fun to shoot with the wolf.
And it sounds like you had to have a lot of patience. So the whole team had to have a lot of patience to be able to pull this off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sasha Seuss, the animal wrangler on our set, she was wonderful. Her father worked in Hollywood. I mean, I'd seen Dr. Dolittle. They owned the bear for that. And so, yeah. So she's definitely been around the block, and so she was really helpful and really trained us well on set and make sure we were doing what was appropriate for the wolf. So
that's awesome. I need to talk to you about getting that bear on set. Okay. Now, speaking of all these really cool projects, what are some of the projects you guys have been working on that might be coming down the pipeline here soon?
Yes, my brother and I, we decided we wanted to do something all summer, and he's graduated from film school as well, and so we were just kind of trying to do something, and I've been so busy I have an internship going on, and getting married soon, and so it was just a kind of
Saturday.
Yeah, I know it's kind
Woo!
of crazy. Yeah.
You decided to come in and do an interview today, even though you're getting married on Saturday. Wow, that's a dedication right there.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I'm really excited for that. But yeah, we decided to sign up for the 48 Hour Film Festival last weekend. So we shot something last week, just shot or wrote and directed it all in one weekend. So that was pretty fun. But yeah, just that's the only thing I have going through the pipeline currently. We're working on a couple different projects. My brother and I are trying to do a co-directing thing back hometown in Illinois right now. So
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, Brian Higgins and the 48 Hour Film Festival up in Salt
Yeah.
Lake, they do a really good job up there, and it's got that whole national appeal.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. I'm glad you were able to participate in that with your crazy schedule.
yeah.
Okay, Sam, tell me what you got coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, I am working on another spec ad for HP Printers about an immigrant couple trying to get their green card. And so we've already shot it. It's in post-production phase right now. I'm editing and coloring it at the moment, but it was a lot of fun. It was good.
Awesome. I'm going to throw a curveball at you. So I'm hearing cinematography here, but it also sounds like you are skilled in other areas as well. You guys aren't just play one role. What other skill sets do you guys have when you come to these productions?
I've been an editor for a long time, and I've done coloring for a long time as well. I'd say those are probably my stronger things below being a director of photography. I will co-direct occasionally when things are needed with new directors, but I'd say that's probably where my strengths are, is directing, a director of photography, colorist, and then editor.
And I think that's actually a really smart way to have it all formed out, so that when you approach being a director of photography, you're thinking like the person who's going to be in the editing bay actually working on it. It's like, do I have what I need? It's like, am I giving myself enough light to play with? Am I giving myself enough assets to be able to manipulate? Otherwise, I'm just shooting myself in the foot. So I think having that experience in those areas just makes you a stronger cinematographer.
Thank you.
Okay, so Taylor, same thing with directing. Where do you have any other skill sets, or just nope, I just tell people what to do?
No, I think when you're a student like this, you kind of have to dip into everything. I know a lot of people always say you got to specialize, but I mean, in order, I feel like, to be good at your specialty, you also have to understand all the other things. And so I love shooting. I've done some DP work. I edit a lot of my own pieces. So a lot of the stuff, I co-edited with Dungeons & Dragons, had an assistant editor help us out, and then edited the piece together. And then, yeah, so, I mean, coloring, that's not my thing. So I always at least pass it off to Sam for that. But yeah, editing, writing, directing, and shooting. I mean, they kind of do all four of those. So
Yeah, you guys are right, hitting it right on the head. Understanding how to do it is vital. Doing all of it all the time, not so important. But understanding how it works, so that if you do need to hire somebody else, you have a certain expectation of what you can expect from that person.
yeah, I mean,
to do it.
having grip, you're not going to tell someone to I need this setup right now, knowing that that's not going to be possible in order to hit your time. So it's, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Totally get it.
That's fantastic. Now, guys, we've already hit on so many things, but how can people find out more about you, find out more about your projects that are watching this? Because it's all about networking when we watch these videos.
Yeah, absolutely. I think people can find me at taylораgarrett.com. You can find all my pieces of work there and contact information as well. Currently doing an internship through Residence Film through GS&P Films, an ad agency out in San Francisco. And so just doing that, they brought on 12 directors, and it's the first inaugural class they're doing. So it's been pretty good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Sam?
You can find me at samueljhart.com. All my contact information's there, and upcoming projects and projects that have already been done.
Fantastic. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Dungeons & Dragons Play Your Way is happening August 6th at 9 p.m. It's in the block for adults that are there, so I'm excited to take a look at it. Tickets are available right now on the website at the Town Hub Theater. Or you just click on the link down below and it'll take you directly to the page. We have some more amazing filmmakers coming up real soon.
All of those guys just throughout, filmmaking and everything like that, and friendship. I just called them up and I was like, hey man, you're big, you got a beard, need you. Come on set. And they're like, okay.
We had a framing crew right next door that were working on the roof. And so I'd call action and I'd go, yeah, go. Okay, cut on that. And then pick it up on this line.
Always happens the day that you decide
Always happens. Yep, always happens.